Okay, this morning we're going to go over things to help you in a kitchen with a small baby, and especially once they become mobile. So I have an almost 11-month-old and she's crawling like crazy. So these are things that have been helpful in the kitchen with her. So first of all, she wants to be in the kitchen with me when I'm in the kitchen, right? And I want to see her too. And if I'm freaking out the whole time with everything that she's doing and touching, like I'm never going to be able to make dinner, and she's just going to go crazy too. So one of the first things that I did was things that are in her level that she can reach. I have made it okay for her to touch those things. I turn on some light here. So for example, right here, we've got this little cart. And so there's a couple things I've done here to make it a little bit better for a baby. First of all, this bottom shelf, those are the things that she likes to play with in the kitchen. And she knows she can come in, play with those, make them into her little drums and stuff, and she's happy. But something else, we used to have all of this stuff in these baskets just freestanding, and that was scary, having her be able to like just pull those out and, you know, potentially hurt herself. And so when they're in baskets, it's really easy to just grab and move those instead of waiting for her to individually pull each thing onto herself. Baskets are something that I love, or like little bins, easy to move. Even if you're not sure if baby can reach them or will get hurt, if they're just in bins, they're going to be easy to move if and when needed. So there's a couple other spots in the kitchen where she likes to go as well. She loves going underneath. So another tip, always sweeping. You're gonna have to sweep more than you ever have once you have a baby. But we have this little cupboard down here. I originally had it full of like blenders and hot chocolate makers and stuff like that, and then she started playing in there and I was like, oh, she's gonna pull these down and hurt herself. So now I've rearranged things. So in there we've got like cookie cutters and stuff like that, the plastic little ones that I don't mind if she plays with. They're not gonna hurt her, and I can just wash them if needed. Okay. Oh, locking tools. So obviously, right, there's gonna be some places that we just don't want our babies to get into. And my favorite tool for locking up kitchen cabinets are the magnet kind. And I just got some cheap ones on Amazon, and you can't even tell that the drawers have them, so it's nothing that's like showing up. Baby's fingers can't get caught in them or something like that. And they are easy to undo as an adult and not easy to undo for a child. So I will show it to you. I actually lost the main key magnet a while ago. I've had my magnets for a long time, from back when I was a foster mom. But I just have like a little powerful magnet that I use, and it works great. Turning around here, under the sink is where we have things that we don't want baby to grab. And so I just put my magnet under here until, of course it's not gonna work when I'm on camera. All right. Ugh. Let me grab that. Okay, take two here. I haven't had them locked for a while because baby hasn't needed it, but now that she needs it, here it is. So not bad. Which also leads me into another tip. Have everything for like things that are poisonous to baby or whatever all in one spot. And the reason why you want them all in one spot, and our spot was under the fridge, is because if you have them spread out, it's a lot easier to forget to put them in protected places. It's a lot easier to end up with them out, because you're like, oh, it's got to go here or there, whatever. But it's just always like, okay, if I pull out a cleaning supply and it goes right back in the closet. I just feel like it makes it way easier and quicker if they're all in one place and you're not mentally having to keep track of all the things that baby really, really shouldn't touch. Everything heavy, glass, those need to go up high. I also recommend having no fun things near the oven. So like our little area for her playing is as far from the oven as I can get. And that way she's not playing and I don't have to move her when I need to get something out of the oven. So, because I just don't even want her to think about the oven, right? Like I want her to be as far away as possible if and when I need to open the oven. So I recommend anything fun, keeping it away. Another great thing I love is for the fridge. I think we're going to get her some more for her first birthday too. If you have a dishwasher, just make sure it can't open by itself. Like it can't fall down on baby. That's something that you would definitely want to get fixed if they play with the door and have it fall down. That could be really painful or not fun. So I recommend looking at that if your dishwasher opens easily. I also sometimes get going making dinner and she starts going and exploring on her own, and sometimes she'll leave the kitchen while I'm in the middle of something and maybe before I notice. So another thing that I do is I always make sure that a little gate for the stairs at least is locked and that the bathroom door is shut. Those two things, those are of course her favorite places if she's sneaking off. And so as long as I have those two things covered, at least by the time I turn around and realize she's not here, at least she's not doing one of those more dangerous things, being in the bathroom or climbing stairs. Another good thing to do is secure anything freestanding. So if you have like a cabinet or something that she could pull over onto herself or himself, making sure that that's secured in the wall if you can do that. Or if you have like foldable chairs, I would recommend, either, putting them in a closet or something that baby can't get to. Cause oh man, there's so many, I've heard about a number of times where kids pull like chairs that are leaning up against the wall onto themselves. So want to avoid that. If you have any that are, on the lower level, this should be probably for your whole house, but there's really cheap, just little outlet covers that you can put around your house to protect baby from getting into outlets. Something else that I really find important for a baby is if you're going to do something loud, like use your blender, tell baby in advance or pick up baby and show baby what you're going to do. That way they won't be startled and scared. And then every time they hear a blender, they freak out, right? But if you bring them over to the blender and say, hey, look, I'm going to do this loud sound, even though they don't understand, if you're prepping them and they're seeing the sound before it happens, like they're seeing the blender, they see you push the button, they might get startled a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as if you just do it out of the blue and they're sitting far away from you. That's going to freak them out. So I highly recommend in advance kind of prepping them when you're going to do something loud like the blender. Oh, I'll say one more thing that has been helpful pre-mobility, and sometimes she'll still do it. This little seat for her in the kitchen, and so that's always the best too for peace of mind. She can't crawl anywhere dangerous if she's sitting in there. Younger, we had a bouncer that I'd put her in the kitchen, but sometimes putting her in her chair too and having her snack on stuff while I'm making dinner, that is also an option. Her favorite is being able to crawl around and explore. So I just find some kitchen toys and things that she can use in here, and that's usually been the best effort for keeping her entertained the longest while I'm cooking dinner and things like that.